A look now at how strict lockdown measures in China in Xinjiang. Chinese citizens are fighting back and rebelling against the government's brutal measures to eradicate COVID-19.
With COVID cases on the rise, China is enforcing stringent lockdown measures. The Chinese citizens have called it inhuman, cruel and unnecessary use of brute force. Law enforcement, also called the Big Whites for the hazmat suits they wear, has taken to the streets, beating and thrashing people for violating the lockdown. In Guangzhou, police used sticks and shields to break stalls at a flea market. Across China, 31,444 cases have been reported on Friday, which was the highest for a day during the pandemic. The Chinese capital has shut down selected parts of the city after cases in single digits were reported there. The tightening came after the Communist Party this month announced measures to reduce disruptions by shortening quarantines and making other changes. The people are fighting back. In the city of Chongqing, residents use their cars to block roads to stop the lockdown enforcement from taking them into forced quarantines. COVID norms are also back at China's airports.
At present, we have one person responsible for scanning codes and another responsible for taking samples at each test desk. Under normal circumstances, we can test 300 people every hour. At present, the number of PCR tests can reach 50,000 to 100,000 people a day.
The uproar in China is close on the heels of the Foxconn riots over stopping of paychecks and workers' complaints about being forced to share living space with colleagues who have tested positive for COVID-19. Bureau Report, India Today.
The country iPhone plant is seeing unrest, and this has been happening for days together now. Asian markets are jittery. China's GDP is sliding. The world's second largest economy is giving the region the jitters as its people continue to battle unemployment and an inhuman COVID-19 policy.
The Hang Seng China Enterprises Index dropped continuously ever since the Foxconn protest escalated and retreated a large chunk of gains accrued by Chinese companies in the last 2 months. Bloomberg estimates that its original estimation of 5.7% GDP growth for China in 2023 could come down to 2.1% if COVID restrictions continue, and other factors like increasing debt and reducing realty prices continue. The spree of layoffs has also hit China and Chinese companies hard. The latest firm to be impacted is Tencent, which is one of the highest grossing multimedia companies in the world. 3 out of 6 business units are seeing layoffs. China's production of iPhone 14 may see a massive shortfall, with the Zhengzhou plant protest threatening to trigger a nationwide rally against inhuman working conditions and CCP's zero COVID policy. For November alone, the dip in production may be close to 35% from the plant. It is reported that Foxconn has offered to pay newly recruited workers 10,000 yuan to quit and leave the world's largest iPhone assembly factory in an attempt to quell protest for now. The effects of investor anxiety are far-reaching. The Nasdaq closed lower on Friday with pressure from Apple Inc. in a subdued holiday shortened trading session for Wall Street as investors watched Black Friday sales and COVID-19 cases in China. The value of Apple stocks fell by 2%, with the number of shipments from China most certainly going to be impacted by the recent protest.
If the citizens and workers in China continue voicing out their opinions and protesting for the same as how people in real democracies do, then it is certainly not going to be easy sailing for the CCP and Xi Jinping to rebound their economy as expected before.
With Sai Kiran Kannan, Bureau Report, India Today.